Hello everyone, Minute Plus Meditation here. It is Tuesday, October the 22nd, and it is the Feast of St. John Paul II, beautiful feast day commemorating one of the great popes of history, and also it's an optional memorial of the dedication of consecrated churches whose date of consecration is unknown. We celebrated ours a couple of weeks ago, and this is really important for us as Catholics. We celebrate the dedication of our churches, so tell your priest, because I think this probably slips by a lot of people. Identify when your church was consecrated or dedicated, and celebrate that. And it's so important you can transfer to the following Sunday or the nearest Sunday. Okay, so to the Epistle to the Ephesians. Brothers and sisters, as Gentiles by birth, remember that you were at times without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers to the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. In other words, to put it in my ever so Gentile teddy bear language, we're all going to hell. All right? We were without grace. There's a binary option. If we were all without grace, we couldn't get to heaven, then we're all going to hell. All right, so and that's the kind of the brutal, blunt reality. And we don't think in those terms sometimes. We don't appreciate all that God has done for us. But now in Christ Jesus, you who once were far off have been brought near through the blood of Christ. So God intervened, and if he hadn't have, we'd all go to hell. None of us could get to heaven. And he goes on to say, so then you are no longer, no, I don't want to miss this. He says basically, yes, here it is. He has abolished the law with his commandments and ordinances that he might create in himself one new humanity in place of the two, thus making peace and might reconcile both groups in God. He goes on and on. St. Paul has long sentences. But he's basically saying the one new man really is, we're all separate people, we're all individual persons, but he's offered the true union and the only one that's going to work. The true union of the human race, because all have been, Jesus has died for everyone, doesn't matter who they are, what country they are, what demographic they are, he's died for everyone. Everyone can become a new person in Christ. This is the only way the wall between Jew and Gentile is broken down. All must come to the Father except by Jesus, or no one comes to the Father except through Jesus. Jesus is the one who's formed the new Adam. He is the new Adam, and he's given us the grace to actually become the new creation in Christ. So when all is said and done, everyone who goes to heaven has to go through Christ. There's no Muhammad, there's no Lao Tzu, there's no Confucius, there's no Buddha, there's only Jesus Christ, period. And when are we going to stop apologizing for this? This is ridiculous. People, we don't have to be rude. We can't be uppity about it, because none of us deserve salvation in Christ. But it's what Jesus has done, period. It boggles my mind that people are almost embarrassed to say this. You don't have to say it in a I'm better than you attitude, because we're not. We're not better than anybody. But that's what Jesus has done, or Jesus is just like everybody else. Okay, and he isn't. Okay, over to the Gospel of Luke. Jesus said to the disciples, be dressed for action and have your lamps lit. Be like those who are waiting for their master to return. So blessed are those slaves whom the master finds alert when he comes. Basically, it's another call. There's so many of these calls to the Gospels. It sort of ramps up in Advent, and it even ramps up more in Lent. Readiness, vigilance, be prepared, be alert, be on guard. This is what we all need to cultivate every single day. That's why we have to persevere in our prayer life. That's why we need to do regular penance, healthy penance, that we all need to do. That's why you need to go to bed at the right time, get up at the right time. I'm mentioning here both spiritual and natural things that we need to do to cultivate vigilance. We take no vacations in the spiritual life. We all need vacations, but not in the spiritual life. So even on vacations, if you go to bed a little later and you get up a little later, everything has to be the same when it comes to your prayer life. There's no excuse. And if you can't, pray on vacation because you're getting up too late, then you need to go to bed earlier. What's more important, right? Like, we won't deprive ourselves of a good rest or good vacation. God has to come first. It's not because I'm a priest. It's many lay people I know. They get it, and they do this every single day. So vigilance, vigilance, vigilance. Remember, we all need vacations, but there's no vacation in the spiritual life. God bless you.